I've been waiting for the Tesla Model 2 for years. A $25,000 Tesla. That's not just a car, that's a dream. Just imagine. No more gas stations, driving a sleek EV with that Tesla badge without draining my bank account. It feels like the future is finally within reach. But now, with all the news about government crackdowns, I can't help but wonder, will it really happen on time?
Alex isn't alone in that concern. Millions of potential buyers across the world are watching Tesla's next move with the same mix of excitement and anxiety. That's because the Model 2 isn't just another product on Tesla's roadmap. It's supposed to be the breakthrough that reshapes the entire auto industry. Tesla's history has always been about pushing boundaries. The Model S proved an electric car could be luxurious. The Model 3 made EVs more accessible. The Cybertruck, love it or hate it, showed Tesla could dominate headlines and capture cultural imagination. But none of those cars carried the same promise as the Model 2, a truly affordable EV for the masses. At around $25,000, the Model 2 would cost less than half of today's average EV in the US. That price point could flip the script entirely, making EV ownership realistic for young professionals, middle-class families, and millions of drivers who currently see Teslas as something only tech elites can afford. It's not just a cheaper Tesla. It's a shot at mass adoption.
If Tesla really delivers a $25,000 EV that meets safety standards and scales production, it won't just disrupt the market. It will redefine it. This would be the car that forces legacy automakers to catch up, and it would put enormous pressure on companies like Toyota, GM, and even Chinese giants like BYD.
That's exactly why the stakes feel so high. Tesla isn't aiming for a niche victory here. The Model 2 is designed to sell in the millions annually. Factories in Mexico, Berlin, and Shanghai are part of Musk's plan to flood the market with affordable Teslas. Some insiders even say Musk wants the Model 2 to outsell every other Tesla combined, turning it into the backbone of the company's future revenues. It's easy to see why. EV adoption in the US has slowed in recent months, with many consumers complaining about high prices. A $25,000 Tesla could flip that hesitation into enthusiasm almost overnight. Imagine a car that undercuts gas-powered compacts like the Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla, while still carrying the Tesla brand and all the tech it represents. For many, it would be the moment EVs stop being the future and simply become the default. But here's where Alex's worry, and millions of others, comes in. Building a cheap EV is hard enough. Getting it past government regulators, that might be even harder. For years, Tesla has had a tense relationship with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA. This is the agency responsible for ensuring that every car on U.S. roads meets strict safety standards. They investigate accidents, mandate recalls, and approve whether a vehicle can even be sold in the country. And in Tesla's case, NHTSA has been especially active. Autopilot crashes, sudden braking complaints, massive recalls affecting millions of vehicles. All of these have kept Tesla under constant federal scrutiny. And just recently, with a new administrator stepping in, NHTSA made one thing crystal clear. It plans to tighten investigations, especially on Tesla.
I love Tesla, but every time I see another recall headline, I get nervous. If they're struggling with safety issues on their current cars, what happens when they try to roll out something as big as the Model 2?
That's the tension at the heart of the story. On one side, you have Tesla racing to deliver its most important car yet, a vehicle that could democratize EV ownership and cement the company's dominance. On the other, you have a government agency with both the authority and the motivation to slow things down until it's absolutely convinced the car is safe. The Model 2 represents opportunity, ambition, and disruption. But it also represents risk. the risk of being delayed, restricted, or even derailed by regulatory roadblocks. So, as much as Alex dreams of finally driving a Tesla, the question remains, will the Model 2 actually make it to market on time? Or will it become the next victim of NHTSA's crackdown on Tesla's bold, sometimes reckless approach to innovation? This is bigger than one car. It's a collision between innovation and regulation, between consumer dreams and government caution. And to understand what's really at stake, we need to look deeper into how NHTSA works, why Tesla is in its crosshairs, and what it could mean for the future of the Model 2. Tesla's history with NHTSA investigations. To understand why the Tesla Model 2 could face regulatory delays, we need to examine Tesla's long and sometimes tense relationship with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA. For years, Tesla has thrived by moving fast, innovating, and pushing the boundaries of automotive technology. But every breakthrough has been shadowed by federal scrutiny. From the early days of Model S, NHTSA has had its eye on Tesla. Initially, the focus was on battery safety. High-profile fires in the media raised questions about the viability of lithium-ion batteries in EVs. Tesla responded with software updates, reinforced battery packs, and public reassurances. But each incident left regulators wary, establishing a pattern of scrutiny that would only intensify as Tesla grew. Then came autopilot. When Tesla first launched its semi-autonomous driving system, it promised a revolutionary shift in vehicle safety. Yet, as early as 2016, crashes involving autopilot triggered federal investigations. NHTSA opened multiple probes into whether Tesla misrepresented the capabilities of the system and whether design flaws could endanger drivers. By 2022, autopilot-related investigations expanded into recalls affecting over 2 million vehicles worldwide.
Tesla pushes boundaries in ways few automakers dare, but regulators have to ask, are these innovations safe for the public? NHTSA isn't trying to slow progress for its own sake. They're assessing whether Tesla's tech can meet decades of safety standards. Model 2 will inherit this legacy of scrutiny, especially as it's targeted at mass adoption.
And the scrutiny doesn't stop with autopilot. Sudden unintended acceleration reports, battery fires, and software glitches have all drawn regulatory attention. In some cases, these investigations have forced nationwide recalls, not minor adjustments, but full system updates affecting hundreds of thousands of cars.
As someone who's been following Tesla for years, I get the thrill of cutting-edge tech. But every recall reminds me that it's not just hype. Real-world risks exist. If Model 2 has a software glitch affecting millions of drivers, that's a big deal. It could delay launch or worse.
Tesla's tension with NHTSA is not just about technology. It's about trust. Traditional automakers navigate decades of regulatory compliance, lobbying, and cautious rollout schedules. Tesla, by contrast, thrives on speed, on disruption, on rewriting the rules. Musk himself has frequently portrayed regulators as obstacles to innovation, a narrative that resonates with fans, but often frustrates government agencies. NHTSA's approach has evolved. Under new leadership in 2025, the agency has emphasized proactive oversight, stricter review processes, and a commitment to holding companies accountable before problems reach the public. For Tesla, this signals a significant shift. Where once the company could push software updates post-launch, now pre-market scrutiny could slow production and impose costly requirements.
From a market perspective, Tesla's growth story is increasingly tied to regulatory timing. Model 2 is intended to be a mass-market vehicle, potentially selling millions annually. Any delay due to safety investigations could impact revenue projections and investor confidence. Wall Street isn't forgiving when regulatory risk intersects with product launches of this scale.
Public perception adds another layer. Every news story about Tesla recalls or autopilot incidents contributes to a narrative. Innovative, yes, but potentially risky. While fans like Jake remain hopeful, casual consumers may hesitate, waiting to see if Tesla can deliver a safe and reliable product. For the Model 2, which aims to reach a much broader audience than any previous Tesla, managing that perception will be critical. The stakes are unprecedented. A $25,000 electric vehicle reaching millions of households. If even a fraction of these cars face safety concerns, the political and media fallout could be immense. NHTSA knows this, and the agency is prepared to exercise its authority to ensure compliance before the Model 2 hits streets at scale.
NHTSA is likely to apply more stringent criteria to Model 2 than any previous Tesla. Not because they want to stop innovation, but because this car represents mass adoption. One failure in a small niche car is a problem. One failure in a car meant for millions could be catastrophic.
And as so, the narrative is clear. Tesla's ambition with Model 2 is colossal, but so are the challenges. Past investigations, public scrutiny, and a new, more assertive NHTSA leadership mean that the company cannot rely solely on speed or fan enthusiasm. The Model 2 will have to navigate a landscape of heightened oversight, rigorous testing, and public accountability.
I still want to believe in Tesla. The idea of a $25,000 electric vehicle is exciting, life-changing even. But hearing about tighter government checks makes me nervous. It could mean waiting even longer to finally get behind the wheel.
From a financial standpoint, the regulatory timeline is as important as production capacity. Investors are watching closely, and even minor delays or extended reviews could shift the stock significantly. Model 2 isn't just a car, it's a multi-billion-dollar bet on Tesla's future.
The story of Tesla and NHTSA isn't new. It's been unfolding for over a decade. But with the Model 2, the stakes are higher than ever. This isn't just about innovation. It's about whether Tesla can convince regulators, the market, and the public that an affordable, mass-market Tesla can be delivered safely. And until that happens, Alex's dream and the promise of a $25,000 Tesla for millions hangs in the balance. If Model 2 is delayed, who wins? Tesla's clock is ticking. The Model 2 is meant to capture a golden moment in the EV market, a window when affordable electric vehicles could dominate mainstream adoption. But what happens if Tesla misses that opportunity? A delay of even 6 months, let alone a year or two, could have far-reaching consequences. The first and most obvious impact is competitive. BYD, Hyundai, Toyota, GM all have affordable EVs, either in production or in the pipeline. If Tesla falters, these companies are poised to capture the very segment that the Model 2 is supposed to own. BYD, in particular, has perfected cost-efficient battery production and vertical integration, enabling them to sell EVs under $25,000 with strong margins. Hyundai and Toyota are expanding aggressively in North America with compact EVs that already meet consumer needs. Meanwhile, GM has invested heavily in its Ultium platform, aiming to dominate the mid-range EV market. A delayed Model 2 doesn't just mean losing first-mover advantage. It could mean ceding billions in revenue to competitors and allowing them to define customer expectations for affordable EVs before Tesla even arrives.
Delays can have a serious ripple effect on Tesla's stock. Investors are pricing in the Model 2 as a key growth driver. If regulatory hurdles or production issues push the launch back, the market could react sharply. Beyond short-term stock fluctuations, long-term investor confidence could erode if Tesla loses its disruptor narrative.
Investor sentiment isn't abstract. It directly impacts Tesla's ability to fund future innovation. Wall Street has long viewed Tesla not just as a car company, but as a tech innovator capable of redefining multiple industries. Missing the launch window for Model 2 could signal to the market that Tesla's agility has limits. That perception alone could slow expansion, reduce capital availability, and embolden competitors. Then there's the consumer angle. Enthusiasts like Jake Thompson have been waiting years for an affordable Tesla. But time changes demand. The longer the delay, the more likely potential buyers are to turn elsewhere. Competitors with ready-to-go EVs could capture customers who once dreamed of the Model 2, establishing loyalty before Tesla even enters the segment.
If I have to wait another year or two, honestly, I'll probably buy something else. Waiting is exhausting. I want a Tesla, but I also want to drive something reliable now.
Regulatory delays compound these risks. NHTSA, scrutiny isn't just a temporary obstacle. It signals that Tesla must meet higher standards than ever before. While safety is critical, the consequences of prolonged oversight are strategic. A slow launch risks turning Tesla from a market leader into a follower, reacting to trends set by rivals rather than defining them.
If Tesla ends up playing catch-up, the brand could lose some of its innovator advantage. That matters both for market perception and the stock. Tesla thrives on momentum and narrative. Any interruption in that story, especially in the highly competitive, affordable EV space, has real economic consequences.
The stakes are magnified by the scale of the Model 2. This isn't a niche luxury vehicle for early adopters. This is a car meant to bring EVs to the masses. Missing the launch window could allow competitors to define pricing, features, and consumer expectations, effectively shaping the market Tesla was hoping to dominate. The ripple effects go beyond Tesla itself. Suppliers, dealers, and even policymakers may recalibrate expectations around affordable EVs. Tesla's delay could shift investment and incentives toward competitors, reinforcing their advantage. In short, a delayed Model 2 isn't just a product issue, it's a strategic gamble. Every month of delay increases the risk that Tesla will lose its narrative of being the first mover in the affordable EV segment. Competitors gain ground, investors reassess confidence, and consumers look elsewhere.
I get it. Safety first. But still, it's hard not to feel disappointed. I've been imagining driving the Model 2 for years. If someone else releases a similar car first, it would sting.
For Tesla, the choice is clear but difficult. Push the car to market quickly and risk regulatory or technical missteps, or prioritize compliance and potentially watch a golden opportunity slip through their fingers. The decision will define not just the fate of the Model 2, but the trajectory of Tesla's role in the mass market EV revolution. Can Tesla overcome the hurdle? Tesla has faced skepticism before. The Model 3 was once deemed too ambitious for mass production, the Cybertruck mocked for its radical design. Yet time and again, Elon Musk has defied expectations, using both innovation and media savvy to turn doubts into excitement. Tesla's history shows an ability to navigate criticism, overcome delays, and deliver products that capture global attention. But the Model 2 is different. This isn't about style, hype, or niche enthusiasts. Safety is non-negotiable. A $25,000 electric vehicle for millions of everyday drivers carries enormous responsibility. The stakes have never been higher, and the margin for error is minimal. Regulatory scrutiny is more intense.
Tesla has the engineering talent and resources to prove the Model 2 is safe. Rigorous testing, transparent reporting, and strict adherence to regulations could demonstrate that this car is road ready.
True, but regulators aren't guaranteed to ease up. The scale of Model 2's launch means oversight will be unprecedented. Wall Street and consumers alike will be watching every step.
It comes down to a delicate balance: innovation versus compliance, ambition versus regulation. Tesla must deliver a vehicle that excites the market while satisfying government safety standards. Success would reinforce the company's leadership in the EV industry. Failure, or even prolonged delay, could hand the advantage to competitors waiting in the wings.
I still hope to drive a Model 2 someday. But first, Tesla has to prove it's truly safe.
And here's the question we leave for you, the audience. Will Tesla overcome these hurdles and launch the Model 2 on time? Or will it become another promise left unfulfilled?